Good day, how to be a great mentor to our kids. Everyone would love and can be a great mentor for our kids, but then remember, we have to have ethics before we become great mentors or leaders. There is no way you're going to be an effective leader if you cannot lead yourself. So, first of all, you're going to be able to lead yourself, right? Some of the tips that we can share for you to be a great mentor is dedication. You have to be a dedicated person. You have to be consistent and willing to run your schedules on time and consistently so that people can look at you and you be a role model. But now, in this instance, we are talking about kids. Since they are kids, you have to be kind. You must have kindness, and then you teach them to be kind so that in future they will have kindness to reflect into whenever they go outside, you know. And then also you have to be interactive, like you have to interact with the kids, learn what they want. What do the kids want? For example, if a kid shares or throws tantrums, what are you going to do? Are you going to beat the child or do what? In this instance, when a child throws tantrums, do not give in as a mentor or as a parent. You're going to handle it, but then first find out why is the child throwing tantrums, because sometimes the kids can throw tantrums because they out of rage, out of fear. So don't inflict more fear into the child. However, do not give in with the on the tantrums of the child. Then be a learner, right? Try to learn new things. Remember, these are kids. They're trying to explore. They're trying to learn new things. So try to learn from them. And then you say, okay, this child wants to be handled like this. Remember, we say that kids are unique. And then there is no need for you to always be explaining the behaviors of the kids. These are kids. They are going to do a lot of things. Sometimes the child might throw tantrums for so many reasons you will not know as a mentor or as a parent. So do not lose hope, and also don't feel like, oh, I have to explain to people why the child is crying, why the child is making noise, why the child is, loses temper quickly. No, remember, these are kids and you have to let them to behave like kids, right? Some of the things which you have to instill in children. Remember, we're going to instill, or we are supposed to instill good values in kids when they are still young, so that in future it's going to be a reflection of what we taught them, because without morals life will appear meaningless. In any case, as mentors, we have to teach kids to have good values from childhood. So it is very important that we impart values, actually not values but good values, in our kids from when they are young, right? So that when they go out there, they are good humans. They know how to show compassion, they know how to be kind, and of all those things they are going to learn them from you. Because remember, kids, they don't learn things from anywhere. They are going to learn from the environment where they're staying, or from the person who is raising them. In that instance, you're going to be the parent. All right. Most people will say that the kids do learn from school, the students do learn from school, or the kids do learn from school. No, 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 no. Kids are going to learn most of the things from the first person who they see, you as a parent. If you put them onto the TV and then you let them watch movies where people are shooting each other, people are fighting, definitely the kids are going to reflect or put out the psychological effects. Because remember, when it comes to psychology, be it a child or anyone, they are going to bring out whatever is on their mind. So whatever we put into their mind. Because remember, when it comes to psychology, it can be when they were researching, it can either be someone learning something from the environment, like it's coming from the environment and then it goes in. It can be nature or nurture. How did you nurture the child? What are you showing the child on the TVs? Are you showing out fights or anything? So if you get even two kids, like two different kids who were nurtured differently, one has been shown movies where kids are always fighting or people are fighting, this child will also always be doing that, because he will feel he will be fulfilled, he will feel happy. These are the things the child has been seeing. And if you put another child who has been nurtured in a way that, oh, they don't see violence in any case, be it from parents, be it on TV, be it from the environment which they see, it can be even our neighbors, then it means that those kids are not going to harm others. So being a good mentor to a kid, we have to be ethical, like we said, ethical. We have to be interactive with the kids. We have to be kind. We have to be dedicated before the kids come out to do whatever we are going to teach them, or whatever they see in you as the role model. Please, and it's very important that we as the role models be good people. You're not going to bring beers, in the environments where we stay. It's so sad that one time I could see someone somewhere giving a child at the age of 3 to drink alcohol. What is that as a parent? How can you do that? Really, you are not going to be a role model, because already you are teaching this child to do drug abuse. When is in child, like, is a child. You've not given the child the need to grow and go out there and understand whether smoking is not okay, whether drinking is not okay. The child is 3 years and the child is given alcohol and is drunk. Really? So we as parents have to be serious and then dedicated, because we know that the kids we are training or we are raising are going to go out there and go in other kids, or okay, retaliate, or okay, like play with other kids, right? Here are some crucial values to instill in your kids from a young age. Remember, these kids learn a lot really out of experience. I've seen that the moment a child is told something, you all of a sudden you'll hear this child saying that same thing in life, somewhere after maybe 3 weeks the child is still saying the same thing, right? Because these kids' memory really is like a chip. It's like let's say a memory card. It's going to put that thing in there into the brain. But what are you putting into that child as a parent or as a mentor, right? So we're going to teach our kids to, like, some of the things which we are going to instill them from young age. Integrity, right? Let them be honest, so that in future, let them be honest. They have to be to have integrity. They don't lie, they don't do anything, because yes, some parents do lie, and in front of their kids. That means that you are teaching the child to lie from the time he or she is, and in future, because they don't mind that lying is a problem. You're going to see parents fighting in front of their kids. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Yes, I know it's very hard, because I am also a parent. You could find that it's very hard. Maybe a man has attacked a woman, and then the woman has nothing to do. But in some instances, you keep quiet. Sometimes they say someone who actually, they already say that silence, when you are silent, you never regret, right? So it's better to be silent, right, than to regret, especially when your kids are there. Maybe a guy wants to fight you, just move away. Because when you all start to fight, it's going to become something different, and then look at the kids. These are babies. How are they going to be affected on their brain? Oh, may God help us, in all families, that we never face such things, especially in front of our kids. Because we as mothers, I believe that we are the ones who can be patient, have more patience. If also men can do that, then that is great, right? You be patient. If a man is, or someone comes and then wants to attack you or wants to fight you in front of the kids, you try to calm down and slow down. Even if it means taking that person to the next room. Look, let's go to the next room and then discuss this. Sit on the table with your man or husband and then tell him, look, this is what happens. I don't like the fact that you fight in front of kids. I don't like the fact that you do this, and this will lead to this. Please do not forget to subscribe, follow, like my video.